The youngest of 6 children, Bill Withers was born in the small coal mining town of Slab Fork, West Virginia on July 4, 1938. Like most children in the town, Withers' father worked in the mines and his mother earned a living as a maid. But by the time he was 3, his parents would divorce and Withers would move to nearby Beckley, West Virginia with his mother. During his early childhood, Withers developed a stutter and often had trouble speaking, which by his own accord made it hard for him to fit in. Due to his speech impediment, Withers had no interest in music as a child, and when his father passed away at the age of 13, it only further pushed Withers into his reclusion. The only real interest that he had in his youth was finding a way out of his small town and leaving behind the poverty and racial tensions that engulfed it. So at 17, Withers enrolled in the U.S. Navy. It was during his 9 years of naval service that Withers would overcome his stutter, and also where he developed a love for singing and songwriting. Withers left the Navy in 1965 and relocated to LA in 1967. During this period of time, he was working at an airplane parts factory for $3 an hour by day and performing at local bars and clubs at night with a used guitar he had purchased from a pawn shop. Eventually, Withers had saved up enough to cut a demo and catch the attention of music industry executive Clarence Avant, the founder of the record label Sussex. Avant brought along keyboardist Booker T. Jones to produce for Withers, and in a matter of days, Withers had laid down his debut album, Just As I Am. Withers, unsure of how successful the album would be, maintained his factory job only to be laid off just a few weeks before his record officially released. In the 2005 documentary film named after his debut album, Withers recalled this period. "Shortly after the record came out, I got 2 letters," Withers said. "One was asking me to come back to my job at the factory. The other was inviting me on Johnny Carson." Ultimately, Withers accepted the Tonight Show invite and performed his song Ain't No Sunshine for Carson and the audience. The show catapulted Withers into the nation's public eye, and Ain't No Sunshine would go on to win the Grammy for Best R&B Song in 1972. Over the next couple of years, more albums and success would come, with his second album, Still Bill, powered by the single Lean On Me, becoming his most commercially successful. In 1975, after Sussex Records folded, Withers signed with Columbia Records. While some of his greatest songs were recorded during this time with Columbia, Withers was also becoming disillusioned with the music industry and some of the company's executives, who he referred to as black spurts, a term Withers coined for the white executives who tried to tell black artists how their music should sound in order to appeal to the biggest audience. Eventually, these issues pushed Withers to leave the music industry in 1985. He never returned, and in his own words, never had any regrets about leaving music behind, saying, "I was a regular guy who had a life before music, so I didn't feel an inherent need to keep recording once I fell out of love with the industry." While Withers himself may have left music behind, his impact on music resonates to this day. Contemporary artists like John Legend and Pharrell Williams cite Withers as an inspiration on their careers. In total, during his life, Withers sold millions of records, was nominated for 9 Grammy Awards, winning 3, and was widely recognized as one of the greatest songwriters, regardless of genre, of all time, making Bill Withers a real-life legend of West Virginia.